That's what my unpredictable hair sounded like before Frizz Ease. Sound familiar? We'll stop the crunchiness and celebrate your curls with Frizz Ease Air Dry Waves. It gives you defined, touchable waves with soft, feather-light movement. No heat required and no frizz. And that's the sound you'll hear and feel with your defined, touchable waves from Frizz Ease. Frizz Ease Air Dry Waves, only from John Frieda.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, this is Ask Your Angels with Psychic Medium Victoria Alvarado with www.victoriaalvarado.com. I am recognized as one of the top 5 fortune tellers or the top 5 psychics in the Houston area. And I just wanted to say that we had a little technical difficulties, which is always normal whenever I call in 444,000 angels to connect with me. So just wanted to say that whenever there's so much high frequency going on, you can expect for electronics or little hiccups and things to happen because of the energetic energy that the angels bring in is so strong that it just makes everything just go haywire. So I'm going to talk a little bit about psychic detective work. This is something that Spirit was wanting me to talk about earlier. And so what I'm going to do before I start opening up the lines to answer questions, I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So most of you have seen the television series Medium, where its main character, Allison Dubois, helped the Phoenix, Arizona's district attorney's office with criminal investigations by using her supernatural gifts. This series, along with many other cinema movies, perpetuate that doing psychic detective work is glamorous, or that the spirits of the dead communicate with us using full sentences to tell us exactly where to locate them. They also lead us to believe that many psychic mediums are sought out to help solve unsolvable crime cases. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was one of those people that believed psychic detective work was easy and that it was all glamorous and stuff, until I was faced with several cases of my own a little over a year ago. Of course, I was a bit nervous, but I knew my mediumship abilities were strong and that they were stronger than ever before, that why not? Why not take a case and help someone in need? But boy, did Spirit show me that I was working outside my league. What I didn't realize was that mediumship had nothing to do with helping solve cases. It was my psychic and remote viewing skills that I needed to use the most. The moment I began my first case, I was so nervous. When I couldn't connect to the spirit, it was like I needed to use my psychic abilities, and that is what took over, and I was able to give important information that could not only be verified about the person's life and characteristics, but the dates that I received made it very helpful for me to know that I was connecting to the spirit of this person. I was able to give information that was so useful that could help the family in their search. So after this case, or my very first case that I had, I decided that I needed to take a course on psychic detective work, and I signed up with a very prominent psychic detective that's very famous, and most of you may have seen her on TV. And I had followed her TV show and saw that she was giving classes to certify psychics in psychic detective work, and I knew after following her for a couple months that she would be the best person to study under. Now, for privacy reasons, I'm not going to give out her name, but I just know that there is a psychic out there that does psychic work, and she's pretty much famous, and she gives classes, and she's awesome. Well, in this class, she made it very clear that mediumship had nothing to do with psychic detective work, and that everyone had to do many, many, many exercises to help strengthen the third eye and remote viewing skills. If we wanted to be successful in this line of work, we pretty much had to let our mediumship skills go. Well, not go completely where you weren't going to use them anymore, but it just wasn't useful. She also said that not to expect law enforcement officials to be lining up at your door to do this work, that going to the family or harassing the family of those that need our help was also a big no-no, and that the family would be the ones that would have to seek out our services. She also stated that law enforcement sometimes use psychics to help with hard to solve cases, but the only reason that they they work with us sometimes is when the family is the one who's persistent or adamant about using a psychic. Now, she also said that sometimes the law enforcement don't really use the information that they get from the psychics because it can't be held credible in court. And with so much scrutiny that psychics get from the media and those of religious beliefs, they kind of keep reaching out to psychics on the down low. She even said that law enforcement or authorities don't see most of us as legitimate, and that we really, really, really have to prove ourselves to them before they could trust working with us, or just even working with a psychic. Which to me made a lot of sense, but the mediumship part I was so confused on. I had asked her, well, why wouldn't our skills of mediumship help at all when solving cases? And I thought that since we could connect to spirit and speak to them, it would be more than helpful. The teacher's reply was shocking. She said that many spirits lie. Okay, that many spirits lie, and sometimes they are so distraught or confused over their death that they wouldn't be of much help, and that sometimes you will have to counsel them on a soul level to help them move to the light. But she said that's not our job. Our job is to help find clues to their whereabouts and help lead authorities to solve their cases and to find them or find out what happened leading up to the crime. And she said also because not all victims are deceased. So if you're helping to solve a case, not all victims are deceased, and your mediumship skills would definitely not be useful. She also told a story about how a wife was killed by her husband and they had kids, and to cover up what happened, she gave wrong information because she worried about what would happen to her kids if her husband went to jail or he was convicted for what he had did. And so she said that because it was her first case with dealing with this woman, that this spirit led them on a wild goose chase and made her look really, really stupid. And she had no other choice but to ignore the mediumship connection and use her psychic clairvoyant skills to find out the whole story. She said her job was on the line, her credibility was on the line, and so she again said not all spirits tell the truth. So you have to use your remote viewing skills to describe the location and trust your intuition. Now, hearing this was interesting because I thought the complete opposite. Plus, watching the medium and also being a medium myself, I thought spirit would be ready and willing to help or tell you where their whereabouts are. Now, if you've never had mediumship skills, you must know that spirit does not, and I'm going to say this again, spirit does not communicate in full sentences. It's not like I'm having a full conversation like I am with you guys that you're listening or to me on the phone or just having a communication with another human. Cinema dramatizes up everything, and spirit only communicates through one or two words and pictures, so it's kind of like playing Pictionary or charades in a way. Now, there's so much more that goes into being a psychic detective or doing psychic detective work besides using your remote skills and psychic connection. I also learned you have to remember the color of the car, whether it's the make and model of the vehicle, whether it's a car, a truck, a wagon, 2-door, 4-door, if it looked old, kind of clunky, whatever. And, you needed to also be able to describe the person's face, their hair color, their eye color, whether their eyes were kind of slanty or round-like, or they had a round face or an oval face or a long face, you name it. Whether they had tattoos or scars, it's a lot of stuff. Oh, my God, there's just all kinds of other things that go into psychic detective work. So, again, turned out that it wasn't as glamorous as I thought. So what I'm going to say is that if anybody out there is thinking about doing psychic detective work that, you kind of want to put your skills out there and help someone, just know that there's way more into it than you may think. So when it comes to this line of work, practice makes perfect, and taking a course with someone who knows what they are doing can help you be successful if you choose to do this line of work. Now, if you would like help finding a loved one or would like to communicate with a loved one, you can email me at readingbyvictoria@yahoo.com, and I would love to help you guys. Now, let's go to the phone lines to connect a few lucky callers to their angels and answer a few questions. Okay, so we're going to go to caller in area code 780.
Hi there. Thanks for taking my call.
Hi, how are you? What's your first name, hon?
My first name is Michelle.
Michelle. And how can I help you, hon?
So I'm just curious what you see for coming with employment. I've been unemployed since April, so I'm just kind of, I know it's coming. I'm just kind of wondering what your thoughts are.
Okay. Now, let me just say this. The line of work that you've chosen is very difficult, right? It just feels like there's just no open positions out there where you're from. Does that make sense? And what I'm seeing here is that I kind of feel like you're going to be hearing about a job opening very soon from a friend.
Okay.
Now, the Spirit is telling me that a friend of yours has been trying to get you in their office. Either he or she has been trying to get you in their office for like a year now before you got laid off. And let me just say this, is that I feel like this person is going to say that they really, really, really need help. And it just feels like within the next 4 to 6 weeks that they're going to reach out to you to tell you, look, hey, Michelle, there's an open position at our company, and, I want to reach out to you because I can get you in. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this person feels kind of tall to me. I kind of want to say let me just say I'm picking up on a male energy here.
Okay.
Okay. Because this person feels tall to me, and he feels like an older gentleman. Just slightly older, not by much. I want to say by 5 years is what they're telling me. Okay?
Okay.
And it's funny because this person feels like they're a relative in some way, like they're really close to you. So you must know them for a while. So they're saying that in the next 4 to 6 weeks that you're going to be offered a position through your friend, and they're saying don't hesitate because you've hesitated before. Don't do it again.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 to 6 weeks. Does that make sense to you?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, a friend of mine's actually in Ontario. He used to be my boss, so I'm hoping that he can get me a job there because where I am now, there isn't a lot of work. So, but there is there.
Yeah. No. Yeah. He's gonna get you in. I'm telling you. Like he has. This person has pull. Like he can get you in. Like whether or not he's been there a long time or he's had, like I said, they're telling me longevity. So what they're saying is that this person has been there a really long time. They know him. They know that whoever he brings in there, they're gonna be there for a long time and they're gonna work. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just feel like over the next 4 to 6 weeks, it's going to come up, and it could even be within the next 4 to 6 days, hon, because it feels like really, really soon. Like I see you working before. I want to say they're telling me before Halloween.
Okay, awesome.
Okay? So I hope this helps you, hon, and God bless and good luck.
It does. Thank you so much. God bless.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to go to the next caller in area code 916. Hello, dear. Hi, you're live on the radio. How can I help you?
Hi, I love your show so much. Thank you.
Thank you, hon. What's your first name?
Wendy from Sacramento, California. Yeah,
okay,
Wendy,
how can I help you?
Well, I've got 15 years call center experience in a vision insurance environment, and I had a panel interview at Anthem Blue Cross on the 29th day of July, and so it's been a little over 2 weeks. When I checked online a little while ago, it still shows under managerial review, and I sent a really articulate thank you note over a week ago, and I sent another one today, worded a little bit different. Do you think that Anthem Blue Cross is going to hire me and hopefully I'll keep the job for several years?
Yes, ma'am. And actually, I feel like I've talked to you last week, and let me just say that Spirit is saying that you have to stay prayerful and have faith in Spirit, because I'm still showing by September. The first week of September is when you're going to start, okay? Now, let me just say this, is that it's important for you to not be in the vibration of scarcity or fear. They're saying that this job is yours. This job is yours, okay?
Good.
And just let go and let God to help you with this situation.
Okay.
Okay. There is going to be longevity. There is going to be longevity. As they mentioned before, it was going to be 2 women and a male that you had interviewed with, and that everything is going to be okay. Now, I don't feel that you're going to be working with the 3 people you interviewed for. It feels like you're going to be under somebody else.
Okay.
But everything is going to be okay.
Okay. So my supervisor will be a different person. Will it be a man or a woman?
What will it be? I'm feeling like it's going to be a woman.
And will she be very kind and patient and supportive?
Well, let me just say this, is that she doesn't feel, let me just say that she's a little bit of a stickler about work, okay? Like she's not one of those people that hovers over you to make sure that you do your work, but at the same time that she makes sure that her team does their job. Now, she doesn't feel very talkative to me, okay? But she is nice. And it may be a while for her to warm up to people, but you know what? Everybody has to, let me just say this. Everyone has to know that this woman is that even though she seems a little rough around the edges, she does got a really, really big heart. A very big heart. But when it comes to work, she's all about work and no play. Okay? But again, it's going to, you'll feel, well, it may feel a little weird in the beginning getting to know her, you know what I mean? But just know that she's trying to feel you out just to see if you're going to work, if you're going to do your job. But they're going to love you. I'm telling you, they're going to love you. If you just can get past that, the first week jitters or the first 3-month jitters, you're going to be just fine.
Okay. So I'll survive the training and I'll be able to keep up with the class and I won't be overwhelmed?
No, you won't be overwhelmed, hon. You'll be fine. It's something that you've done before, so there's nothing to worry about, hon. Again, let go of the fear of scarcity and let go of fear, period. Okay? Just trust in God and know that this is your job and say thank you.
I do say thank you to Jesus. And if hired, I'd be starting September the 6th, so you're right on track. And I share an apartment with my sister, Leslie, and she got upset with me recently for no reason. I was protecting her. And our lease expires at the end of June next year. And so I'm hopeful and prayerful that she will agree to continue living at this apartment or maybe even go to a new apartment, but together, because it helps us both financially.
Okay, well, I don't see her moving. In other words, I don't see her moving out. I still see you guys moving together. And I just don't see you guys moving into another apartment, though. I think you're going to stay there. Okay? Because that's what I'm picking up. I'm not seeing, I don't see her moving. I don't see her, sisters fight all the time. All the time, and so it's just how it is sometimes. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be so upsetting that she's just going to move out. It's going to be all right. And I don't see you guys moving only because it feels like wherever your house is at or whatever your apartment is at is like it's a good location where either it's in the middle of around town, like where everything is just so close by. It just doesn't make sense to have to move.
Right, and thank God for that. And she's my family. I love her so much. And I won't go into detail, but there's been a family tragedy on March the 2nd, and I've been very upset about my financial situation. And I also had 2 big surgeries on my ring finger on my right hand last November.
Well, hon, let me say something. If you want to, so I do have a lot of other clients on the line that want to talk to me. If you'd like, you can go to my website at victoriaalvarado.com, and then we can schedule a private one-on-one session with each other, and then we can discuss more about your situation.
Okay, I can respect that. Do you know when I'll get the phone call, though, the hiring phone call?
You should be receiving the phone call within the next 10 days.
Okay.
Okay, hun?
All right.
Okay, and I would
you.
suggest replaying the other podcast from last week, and then that way you can replay what I told you back then, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Well,
thank you, hon.
Very
you have
much.
a blessed day. You have a blessed day.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. You too. Bye.
Okay, so we're going to go to caller 530 and the area code 530. Now, guys, if you guys had a reading from me within the last month or if you had a reading from me last week, please be courteous to other callers who do call in and they wait a really long time to get online. At least wait a month or at least 2 months before trying to call back into the line again. Or you can actually schedule a private reading with me at victoriaalvarado.com, and that way all your questions can get answered. So again, I'm going to go to caller 530, and you are live on the radio.
Hi,
hey,
Victoria.
Caller.
Thank you for taking my call.
How are you?
I'm
sure,
fantastic.
No
Thank you.
What's your first name, hon?
Sharon.
Sharon. What can I do for you, love?
I would love an angel message if I may have one of those, please.
Okay, hold on. Heavenly Father, creator of all that is, what do you need Sharon to know at this moment? What messages do you have for Sharon? So Spirit is directly connecting me to the heart chakra for you, hon.
Okay.
Heart chakra. And let me just say this, is that I want to congratulate you for working on forgiveness. And this tells me that Spirit, Archangel Raphael, is actually here for you as well. And he's telling me that we have been doing a lot of heart chakra opening to communication as well, they said, with connecting with God and Source. And they're also telling me that it's very important, in order for you to stay on a high vibration, to continue to forgive those that have either hurt you, and they're also saying to let go. What does that mean to you, to let go?
Well, let go of those connections that I keep wondering how they're doing. I'm disconnected from a lot of people, so every once in a while I wonder how they're doing, and that's what I guess I get reconnected to them.
Yeah, no, they're saying that you need to let them go, that it's not going to be beneficial, that it just feels like God moved them out of the way to help you with your spiritual journey and with really fully working on forgiveness. It just feels like people take advantage of you for some reason, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop. I also kind of feel like if you're wanting to communicate with them at this moment, Spirit's saying no. You're not fully strong enough or fully healed to really handle that at this moment.
Okay.
I want to say give it to early next year before trying to reach out. Is it a female that you're trying to reach out to? I want to say it might be your sister. Who is this female that you're trying to reach out to?
Exactly, it is my sister.
Okay. She's not ready, hun. She's not ready. I just feel like there's still forgiveness, not on your part, but on hers. So let me just say this, hun.
Okay.
What I want you to do tonight is, this is what Spirit is showing me. They're saying that they want you to imagine that your sister is standing in front of you, okay? And I want you to imagine reaching out your hands towards her and that y'all are locking hands with each other. Y'all are holding hands. And I want you to connect your heart chakra. So imagine a green light beaming out from your heart chakra into her heart chakra, okay?
Okay.
And I want you to tell her, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you. And you just keep repeating that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The Ho'oponopono. That's the prayer that's going to help heal the situation. And they're saying that you have to do this twice a week because it's just a long history of back and forth that you guys have been doing. And it just feels like there's a lot of emotional damage from verbal abuse or saying things that y'all shouldn't. Okay? Now, let me just say this, is that Spirit is saying that you have to send her love. Send her love and tell her, I forgive you. And they also want you to place a 10-foot thick plexiglass in front of you, between you guys, and that you say that any verbal or negative words or thoughts are not allowed to penetrate this glass. Only love vibration is able to come through, to connect to not only just her to you, but you to her.
Okay.
That only love, because only love is going to heal and bring the forgiveness and the compassion that y'all need.
Okay.
To heal this relationship. Okay, but they're saying wait until early part of next year. I want to say February. Is her birthday the early part of next year, or like from February, March, or what does February mean to you guys?
April, or May rather. It's in May. Mine's in March.
Yours is in March. Okay, so let me just say this. Thank you so much for confirming that, because I felt like your birthday was like early part February, March sometime. That's the best time to reach out to her, is around her birthday. So that'll be the best time to communicate, but not right now.
All righty. Thank you so much, Victoria.
You're welcome, hon. You have a blessed day.
Thank you. You too. Namaste.
Bye-bye. Okay, so we're going to go to area code 303. Hi, hon. You're live on the air. How can I help you?
Thanks for taking my call. I've listened to you, but I've never had the opportunity to speak with you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You're so welcome, hon. It's actually the angels that blessed you to be on the line today. So what can we do for you?
I also am looking for career work in my area. It's pretty challenging, so like to see what they have to say around having that manifest.
Okay. What is your first name, hon?
Oh, Allison.
Allison. Okay. So, Allison, what I'm picking up on is that I'm picking up either the want or the need to move. It feels like you may end up deciding to move because of the constraints of being able to find work. And let me just say this. It feels like a move back to your hometown. I don't know what that means. So let me ask you something. Have you been considering moving this year? Sometime,
I'm actually making a local move right now. I'm in the process of making just a local move. I have considered moving to the bigger city, which is 2-3 hours away, but I would not move there without a good job waiting for me, because it's a very overwhelming city.
Exactly, I can imagine. So let me just say that there's a connection to you in this move and you finding employment. Okay. Now, this is probably why they were saying that you're moving in the same, like this in the hometown. They kept hearing hometown. So let me just say this, is that right after you move is when you're going to find work. And it feels like it's close by.
Well, I wonder, the big city where there's a lot more work, again, I wouldn't move without a job waiting for me. I'm not going to just, land there. Would not be good for me. But it's not my hometown at all. In fact, I've only been there once, and it was only to go to a store. So there was a woman that I connected with a couple of weeks ago who was hiring for, because I'm a writer, hiring for a writer's position, but she did not bring me in for an interview or anything. So I don't know if that might resurrect itself at some point, or if this is something that, if she shows up in my life again, I would certainly be thrilled to go on.
She doesn't live in the city, right? She lives in the same area, your hometown where you're at now, like where you're at now?
No. My hometown is completely out of my life. I will never go back there. No, she lives in the big city. She's in the big city.
She lives in the big city. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say this, is that I am picking up that when you move is when I am seeing you get a job shortly after, and it feels like it's close by for some reason, okay? Now, what I'm going to say this too is that, what do you need her to know? Let me ask you, did this woman have lighter colored hair? Did she have blonde hair?
I've never even spoken with her. I've never seen her, never spoken with her. I know nothing about her other than her name.
Okay, so let me say something, Allison, is that I am seeing a woman with lighter colored hair, like it's like either like a brownish, a light brown, or a blondish colored hair that's going to, right after you move, shortly after that, you're going to find employment with her. Okay, but this move is important for you. It's very important. So slightly after the move, and this is where it makes me feel like it's like September, October for some reason. I want to say towards the end of September, though, is more than likely that this is what's going to happen. You're going to bump into this lady, and it just feels like you're going to just chat up with her and just start talking about your need to have a job, and she's going to talk about a position that she needs to have filled, like ASAP. So I do see that.
Are you speaking about? Are you speaking about a local job, or are you speaking of a career job that's in, maybe 3 hours away in the big city? I'm really confused because I wouldn't bump
let me
into
just
a lady
say this: is that I don't see it being in the big city, is what they're telling me. It's not in the big city. They're saying that it's something before then, right after you move. Right after you move.
Well, I am moving at the end of this month. I am moving at the end of this month, locally.
Okay. So,
and I also am starting a new job at the end of the month as well. That's local, but it's just a dishwashing job. It's no career relation at all. So maybe that's what you're picking up on.
Yeah, so let me just say this, is that you're going to end up meeting someone after you move, that is going to connect you with something that's more prominent for you, okay?
I see, okay. That was very confusing because of the whole logistics. I mean, it was there's a lot going on right now, so let's
exactly, but I can only take what I just said, is that after the move, that's what's important, is that you have to understand that whenever Spirit gives readings, is that we always try to make it fit somewhere. You can't do that. You just have to take what they get, and when they say after you move that there's going to be this woman, this is what they see, that just allow it to play out. Do you understand? Just allow it to play out, period.
Yeah, I will.
Okay?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so I wish you the best of luck, and just know that this woman that you're going to bump into after you move is going to help you with finding a better job than just doing the dishwashing work.
Okay. Yeah, that's no dream job. That's okay. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. God bless you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right, so we're going to go to caller area code 707.
Yay.
Hi, hon. How are you?
Hi. I didn't think I was going to get on.
Oh, well, it was your lucky day. So what can I help you with, hon? Well, first, let me get your name.
Valerie.
Valerie, and where are you calling from, Valerie?
California.
From California. Ooh, okay. So, what can I help you with, Miss Valerie?
I would like to know, will I be in a relationship before the end of the year? And if not, is there a job on the horizon?
Okay, hold on. You know what I'm getting? I'm picking up that I feel like there's already a gentleman there, but you keep pushing him to the side. It's either you're not giving him the time of day or something going on with this one. What does that mean to you, hon?
That means that you're right. Somebody did show up about a week ago, and I have no interest whatsoever.
Okay. Here's the thing, is that I think he's very persistent. I don't think he's going to let it go just easily. Like, I just don't think it's cute. Oh my God, he's like so into you, and he's like, I'm going to prove myself to this woman. Like, I really, really like her. And it makes me feel what's pushing you away is that maybe the fact that he's moving too fast or coming on too strong.
No, okay. I've already had a relationship with him, and I don't want to go backwards. I want to go forward.
Gotcha. Okay. But here's the thing. I just feel like he's going to be coming on really, really strong, period. And it's like he's going to be adamant about being in the relationship with you. Now, let me just say this, hon, is that I feel like you're going to have to either block him or cut him off completely because he's going to, I want to say, ruin you or ruin the chance of trying to get into another relationship. But here's the thing is that I just don't think it's over quite yet between the two of you. I don't know why. It just feels like he's very pushy.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I am also very strong as well, and that answer to all of that is absolute no.
Okay, so we'll make sure you put your foot down with him. Make sure you put it down. And like I said, like I said, you're probably going to end up having to block his number or something just to kind of let him know.
He doesn't have the number. He doesn't have the number.
Okay. Okay, so whatever he's doing, you're going to have to just, like, cut him off. Just cut him off. So let me just say this, is that will you meet someone else by the end of the year? Spirit, will Valerie meet someone else by the end of the year? I'm kind of picking up more around New Year's Eve. Around New Year's Eve for some reason. Okay. At the same time, I kind of feel like, Miss Valerie, do you not really go out? What do you mean by you don't really go out? Yeah, see,
not a whole lot.
Spirit's telling me that you don't really go out as much, and you can't expect them to just drop somebody on your doorstep. So they're saying that you're gonna. Yeah, but I kind of feel around New Year's Eve for some reason is that you're going to meet him, and it just kind of feels like it's going to be at an outing for some reason, okay, like it just feels like it's going to be a get-together. That's how you're going to meet this person because you don't really go out. Now, I'm also going to say this, that this person that you keep pushing away and this person that's around you, this person, because I sense him really, really strongly, you're going to have to heal from that relationship. And you may need to just cut the cord with him completely. Not just put your foot down and say no. It feels like you're going to have to literally connect with him on the spiritual level and cut that cord. Ask Archangel Michael to sever all connections or anything connecting you to this person and to heal your heart, so that you can actually get out there and find the person you're supposed to be with. It just feels like there's a resistance there for some reason, and I feel like he's a part of the reason. Now, don't get me wrong. This does not mean that y'all are going to get back together and this is where the resistance is, but there's that connection that's still there that needs to be cut.
Okay, it must be on his part because it's not on mine.
Well,
it's been
if I'm
years.
picking it up, if I'm picking it up, hon, when I do clearings on people always say, no, it's not me, no. But as soon as I cut that cord, they feel it. They feel like something literally was just pulled off of them. So regardless, if you're not connecting to him, there is still a cord connecting you two together. And in order for him to leave you alone, you have to cut that cord, and you're going to have to heal your heart so that you don't carry on any of that baggage or any of that negative belief systems that he may have created in finding someone else. Okay? That could be, now just for an example, if I get people that tell me all day long, no, I've healed, I've been good, I'm good, I don't have any of that stuff, but yet they've been single for 2 years. You can't be single for 2 years and then you keep saying, I can't find anybody. Well, you can't find anybody because there's limiting, non-beneficial belief systems there that are keeping you stuck. Well, I just feel like all men are dogs. I'm never going to meet anybody. That right there is a negative belief system that was triggered from past relationships. So whatever the story is that you have that has been embedded in your four-body system in regards to relationship, you need to cut that cord and you need to ask the angels of romance to help heal your heart. But there is someone coming in.
I have cut the cord. I know all about, and I have done that. And I have done everything. So I don't get it. It's frustrating, and for someone to show up out of the blue is, I didn't have a good feeling about that.
Right. But again, hun, there's something there that you're not catching just yet. I know it's frustrating, hun. But Spirit is saying that there's still something there if he keeps coming in. And because you don't go out as much as you need to, there's some sort of hesitation there. You're going to have to cut it, and you're going to have to clear it, and you're going to have to ask Spirit to help you and helping you to move forward so that you can manifest the person of your dreams, the person you're supposed to be with. But I see him coming by December 31st on New Year's Eve, but you have to do this inner work first is what Spirit's saying you need to do.
Oh, boy.
Okay? So I'm going to leave that information with you, hon. You may need to cut the cord again.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
okay?
I certainly will.
Bye-bye. Okay, so we're going to take one more caller. I'm going to area code 978.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, hon. Hi, how are you? How can I help you?
Well, I was wondering if you could give me an angel message or a mediumship message.
What is your first name, hon?
Trish.
What do you need Trish to know at this moment? Heavenly Father, Creator of all that is, what do you need Trish to know at this moment? What messages do you have for her? Okay, so what I'm picking up on, hun, is that to me there's something about legal documents or paperwork that needs to be signed. Why do I feel like there's something missing in regards to that?
That's because there are legal documents. I haven't received them all.
You haven't received them all. Let me just say this, hun, that I feel like it's going to be coming in within the next 4 days. Like, I definitely feel like you're going to have this by Monday or Tuesday. Feels like it's going to be expedited to you for some reason.
Is it going to resolve in my favor?
I'm being told yes. But you need these missing pieces of documents, or they need to be signed also. So it feels like you need these missing pieces of paper in order for everything to be resolved in your favor. Okay. Spirit's also telling me that I also feel like you need to clear out your root chakra. This is your sense of security and being grounded. I kind of feel like I'm all over the place for some reason. Okay? And either I'm having a hard time sleeping or it just feels like I'm not balanced properly because I'm all over the place. I need to be grounded, okay, in order to think clearly.
Very true. Very true.
Okay. So what I'm going to tell you right now is that you need to work on your root chakra. You can find some, the best thing that you can do is work with carnelian or hematite gemstones. The other thing that they're telling me is working with the color red, okay, red vibration. So if you can wear more red-colored clothing. The other thing that they're telling me is doing root chakra meditations that you can find on YouTube to kind of help you with grounding and strengthen that root chakra.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't.
So this is where your fears and sense of security is at as well. Okay,
that makes sense.
Well, I'm going to let you go, hon, because this show is about to end, but I hope this helps you. Okay, Trish?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, well, I just wanted to let you know that this is Ask Your Angels with Psychic Medium Victoria Alvarado. And tune in next Tuesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be live on the air to answer a few callers' questions. I thank you so much for connecting. And if you'd like to have you can reach me at www.victoriaalvarado.com. Thank you so much, and y'all have a blessed day.
That's what my unpredictable hair sounded like before Frizz Ease. Sound familiar? We'll stop the crunchiness and celebrate your curls with Frizz Ease Air Dry Waves. It gives you defined, touchable waves with soft, feather-light movement. No heat required and no frizz. And that's the sound you'll hear and feel with your defined, touchable waves from Frizz-Ease. Frizz-Ease Air Dry Waves, only from John Frieda.
In 1803, a man bought the territory of Louisiana for 42 cents an acre. That was the greatest deal ever, until I made this one. Now you can get my jumbo breakfast platter for just $2.99. Take that, history. You get tasty scrambled eggs, 8 mini pancakes, a hash brown, and your choice of bacon or sausage. It's the greatest deal since the Louisiana Purchase. Sort of. The jumbo breakfast platter from Jack in the Box. Just $2.99 for a limited time only. Price and participation may vary.